Why are Gemini so hated? Gemini is often labeled as the devil in the world of astrology, and whilst they can be as sweet as candy, they might flip without any forewarning, and this makes them one of the most feared and often hated signs. People always complain about the Gemini, especially when dating and in close personal relationships. The question is, why? And since Gemini is actually a nice person to have in your life, you must understand the different reasons that people actually hate Gemini. You might be shocked to know some of these darker traits that a Gemini can hold. Number 1. Unpredictable. When it comes to spontaneous signs that you can never truly be sure of in terms of where you stand with them, the Gemini native is most certainly one of these people. They tend to be highly unpredictable, and this is what makes people fear them on a massive scale. Gemini might show signs of liking you, but the next moment they might simply hate you. Now, this doesn't always apply to every Gemini, and maturity also plays a massive role in helping people understand their personal nature. The unpredictable nature of a Gemini could in many cases also be fun. However, most people love stability, and the Gemini native is not good at this. Number 2. Gossiping. Another hateful trait that the Gemini native can possess is their ability to gossip. Yes, Gemini natives love to talk about what they hear from others, and this means that you should rarely, if ever, trust them with your deepest and darkest secrets in life. Gemini tends to be very vocal about their thoughts, and this can be daunting for many people to deal with. However, Gemini doesn't always gossip, but the moment you cross them, you can be sure that all bets are off the table. This sign will spill all your secrets, which is why they are so hated by many people who are trying to just be friends with them. This leads directly to the next important point. Number 3. Non-committal. Much like the Gemini gossips and often allows their own personalities to get in the way of actual loyalty, they also struggle to actually commit to others. Instead of committing directly, a Gemini will try to live their life with one foot out of the door, and this can be very frustrating for those who want a relationship with them. Once again, this changes as the Gemini native grows older, but for the best advice you can ask for, we would recommend that you first check how a Gemini is over time and if they can remain consistent. This will tell you if they are actually really willing to fully commit to something or if they are just playing around. Number 4. Coming across as shallow. What really seems to annoy people about Gemini is that they don't seem to take anything seriously. You might come to them with a serious issue, but they might end up giving you a shallow answer. Now, keep in mind that not all Gemini natives will be so shallow, but it takes a lot for them to open up and allow themselves to become vulnerable. Since people feel that Gemini does not take their issues seriously, they often develop a hatred for this sign, and people will just distance them. The reason for this is due to the fear a Gemini has for being vulnerable. Yes, you might hate them initially, but eventually they will seem like they are better people. Number 5. No remorse. Finally, those who don't understand the Gemini native might consider them some form of a sociopath, and they often doesn't want to show their feelings. It is for this reason that many people hate them, and they can often walk away from things without showing any true remorse. This massive lack of remorse is what people hate. Gemini are tough individuals, and it takes plenty of patience to break through to them. Their actions might not always make plenty of sense, but they are guided by their impulsive nature. Now, if you think Gemini is hated, you might be wondering how anyone can hate a Cancer.